Are we live? Is everyone tuned in for this special edition of the Jobbertears podcast? Because, baby, the wrestling world has been shaken and stirred around last
Facts.
12 hours has been a doozy. But we will talk about that and everything else that did happen last night in Elimination Chamber. So, Jobber Nation, welcome to a Sunday night edition of the Jobber Tears podcast. As always, I'm Janelle from HR, here with Sir Wilkins and Mr. Black in the building, and me in Sue Casas. So before we do get jump right into Elimination Chamber, we really do want to thank everyone that did come out to our viewing party last night. Like, there were a lot of new faces, old faces. It's always good to connect to people
Oh
that
yeah,
do
it
come
was.
out and support us. So like, I was really hyped. Haven't seen Ron in like forever. So it's really shout outs to Ron. So I was really happy to see him. And then happy birthday to Nate, Storyline Tees. If you guys have
Happy
not gotten
birthday.
anything from Storyline Tees, make sure you head over to that website and you make sure you support Nate.
Yes.
Because he supported us from day one. All Jobber Slam t-shirts has been his baby, his doing. So I'm always thankful of the love and support Nate has given us over the years. So it was really good to see him pop out last night for his birthday. Um so yeah, so let's get into it. Let's not waste
Happy
no
birthday to
time
Lawrence.
because Lauren's birthday's tomorrow. So happy early birthday as he's enjoying himself in New Orleans. Um
The
AJ
host
Jones.
of
Shout out.
WrestleMania 42.
You said yes, the home of my finale, my grand finale of WrestleManias next year. So we're really excited about that. Shout out to Robert Brown in the building, Lafayette, Indiana. What's poppin'? AJ Jones talking about we gonna get to Travis because they seem to only pull this nigga out when when it's in a place where smoking is
Mm.
legal. So we gonna get there. But that's about the entire. You know what? Yeah. So let's start from the top of the card, um, where we had the women's elimination chamber match that opened the card on up, and you had Liv, you had Bianca, you had Alexa Bliss, you had Roxanne Perez. Shout out to Roxanne Perez, showing up and showing out on behalf of NXT. Shout out to Brandon out in New Orleans. Hey Brandon, welcome to everyone that is watching on La YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, X, wherever you want to call it today. Thank you guys for tuning in on this late night edition. So yes, the women elimination chamber, and we started off with a bang, and I'm not talking about wrestling moves. So the whole thing of who attacked Jade has been this whole thing the last 3 years, no, 3 months, excuse me, 3 months, and for weeks they've been leading that Liv and Raquel has something to do with it, but I didn't think so. So, Jade came back, made her return, and as she meant, she beeline right for Naomi.
You heard
Yo,
her?
I was just shout out to Michael Bostic at the building. I'm just mad that niggas was like, yo, she got the globy out of her. I was just like, y'all doing doing the most.
That's because she did, nigga. She how you get stomped out and didn't even get to didn't do the match?
Yo, didn't
Coffee
even got
did.
stretchered out.
Coffee did.
Hey,
When?
Edge. Remember Edge got eliminated in the first eliminated chamber, and the first was 2-1. WD Championship and the World Championship. He got eliminated in the first one. The first round, that was his title, right? And
Oh,
then
when he lost the title and then he won the
yes.
chamber.
Yeah,
Oh, but that's a little different. Like, this girl got mollywopped, stomped on,
and then
thrown,
put on a stretcher and take it to the
and
back.
got on a stretcher.
Yeah, I mean, basically what happened with Coffee, he gave a stretch, but like they had to take him back to the back. It
Yeah, but then he
happened.
came out.
No, Coffee needed. No, he did. He was out for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. I don't remember that chamber, so I'm just thinking like, okay, you say
you
so.
just said it.
No, I was talking about Edge. Like, that's what I was talking about. I remember Edge losing losing the belt
And
and then
who you think
winning
that
the
he
belt in the
attacked?
chamber.
Who you think he attacked before the person got in? It was Kofi.
Oh, I see. I didn't know that. I just knew that Edge won both. He lost the title and won the title the same night. That's all I knew. That's all I remember.
Hmm.
But yeah. So Jade
Sean,
attacked Naomi. What are your thoughts? Let's just go start
fire.
from there.
Fire. The Elimination Chamber match, it was fire. It was nicely paced. It didn't drag like, oh my God, get to the point. No, it got to the point. The actions was good. It was like you felt the intensity. It was one of the best women's elimination chamber. It was to me, if it's not one, it's probably one or two on my list. Cause that shit was fire, son.
No, it was definitely one to remember. So, Lucas, what are your thoughts on the women's elimination chamber match?
So the actual match was good because you're talking about like a couple of future Hall of Famers that was in that match. So let's keep it a buck. Like
Mm-hmm.
everybody in that match is like probably gonna end up in WWE Hall of Fame one year.
Right.
And I know Roxanne just started; she's the prodigy and everything. But regardless, that wasn't what it was about for me. It was about
Who's hot?
story that was told before the match even started. When you have Jade come out looking absolutely delicious, all black, ready for motherfucking war, about to
Ugh.
beat somebody's ass, and then you know what you gotta love about wrestling is the drama that wrestling creates.
Listen, that's what got me into wrestling was the drama. So to see the drama kind of do a double back now in 2025, really last year too. Like I feel like the last year alone, like we've been just building stories, and they've been able to pull stuff even from years ago out their ass to like come to the forefront. So it's so refreshing that we're in this era where stories are being told and they're being clearly told, because there's one thing where you could tell
Well,
a story and people don't receive it and people don't understand it. I feel like this is such a great time where people are not only receiving the stories but they're invested in the stories.
but I think it's
Facts.
it's that it is like what was it was everybody's facial reactions
Facts.
when Jade came out, and that
Even
was the
to
biggest
Live, shout out to
that was
Liv
the biggest
Morgan.
thing for me because it's like you saw Liv like freak out, then you saw Naomi get like shaken up, and then as Naomi's taking her ass whooping by Jade, you see the reaction of Bianca. So you
Hmm.
see multiple forms of emotions being displayed during that small little window that they had before the actual match started, and it's like holy shit, like as a viewer you're even more invested in it now. Because
It,
remember, there's people who are like watching it live, but it's us who's watching it at home or in a bar wherever you're at, and you get to see the facial expression. I remember there was a when one time when Randy Orton did Stone Cold's podcast, he was like, it's how our camera team catches our facial expressions, and they caught the entire story on so many different perspectives when Jade came out. Like it was so ill what they did in those. It was like literally maybe 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes
yeah,
the
it felt
most.
honestly, it felt long, but it wasn't long. Like
Exactly. So it's like what they did in that beginning of the thing set up the rest of the night. Like literally, that women's elimination chamber set up the rest of the night beautifully. Remember, like you talk about as a booker, you have the first match and the last match, most important matches on the card usually.
Facts.
yeah, and it's not to say the other matches in between aren't as important, but I really and the boys know I'm good for it. I'm very big on match placement, and I always feel like that is so important. Like it's such a imagine had they kicked off the show with, let's say, the Nia Jax, Candice LeRae, Trish Stratus, and Tiffany Stratton match. Not to say that that match wasn't on and popping, but it's just a different type of feel and emotion and a ride that you're on when you have both chambers beginning and ending, and then everything in between still matters, but it still flowed flawlessly, in my opinion, because I was just like, yo, if this match wasn't in this place, this wouldn't have hit the same. It wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
have been good. It would have been just okay. And I felt like they've done a really, really good job. Even though I know a lot of people complain about, the card only being like 5 matches. I tell y'all this when we talk about Jobber Slam. I tell anybody, I take quality over quantity. If you can give me 5 matches that I'm gonna sit here and talk about for days versus giving me 9 just cause you got to fill in 3 hours, it's a waste. Like, why are
Well,
we going to waste the talent? Why are we going to waste the opportunity to tell a story? Like, if they had more than 5 matches, they wouldn't have been able to do anything that they did last night in terms of storytelling. They would have had, it would have been fast. It would have been to the point where instead of everything was it was such a detailed situation, and you still felt like you could breathe after the match. Like, it wasn't like, sometimes you watch, you're either at a show or you're watching wrestling on TV, and just everything is go 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 go. They have a really good way of pacing things and making everything feel like a big deal.
Nah, because Vince did it perfectly fine for had mad matches, everything flowed for years, dogs. It's like
But
everyone always
times
say,
change. Like, think
yeah,
about
but
it.
like no, 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 but like
When you were a
yeah,
kid and watching wrestling, your attention span was there. You could you could watch a Raw, and it had, and really, when you go back and watch any late '90s Raws, it probably was about 4 or 5 matches anyway. But when you think about it, you have that attention span. You have that, like, okay, I can last this long. Yo, anybody over 30 right now is not we not looking for that. Like, we don't got it.
that's
And if you
you.
do, God bless
That's
you.
you. That's you because like how
God
that
bless you.
we was doing it for years from Raw to pay-per-views. You had
And
mad
it's
matches.
exhausting. It's
But to you,
exhausting.
but that had that again. It's all about how you pace it because like there been pay per views when Vince was in charge. He had like 7 matches. All 7 matches was fire. It had nice pacing. It had like nice promos and everything. NXT it had like 6 matches. Yeah, I was not saying all of this, but of course it's just like again like I don't know. It's just like I just feel like that's kind of an excuse because that's on y'all. Because
It's not an excuse. It's just
because
you
like
make
even
things
if
a bigger deal when the focus is on just a limited amount of stuff instead of it feeling like it's all over the place. Like, I like the fact that now they don't feel like they gotta cram everything into a pay-per-view. Like the
yeah,
like
but
the
y'all
Rhea and
still don't
Io
pay
Sky
attention
match,
anyway. Y'all don't pay attention anyway.
The Io and Rhea match on Monday, it could have easily been on the pay-per-view. But the fact that they're like, all right, we're gonna save this for TV and save it for a moment to either probably main event Raw, that means something.
Yeah,
well,
but at the end of the day, though, y'all still doing 5 matches anyway. Majority of y'all watch y'all. Majority of y'all would get on y'all phone, majority of matches, and pick up the last 5 minutes anyway. Like it could be a five, it could be 4 man, it could be a 7 match card. Y'all still choose not to pay attention all the way through. Half of y'all have to talk, half of y'all gotta do 500 things all at once. So at the end of the day, you can have a 5 card, 7 card, even a 2 card. Y'all can't pay attention. So it doesn't matter what you do anyway. That's why I said that it's based on a case by case basis. Someone in the comments said, "Oh, that's an old school model." No, because like how that when you watch basketball, we watch basketball for the whole 12 quarters, everything overtime. They sit there and watch it because they want to watch it. It's all about case to case basis. Because there've been times where I watched the Raw, I sat down through all of that shit was fine. Other people say it was too long, everything dragged, da 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 da, this, that, and that. Someone else said, no, that shit was nice pace, that shit was fire. So again, it's all about case by case basis. Because you may ask a young dude, he may say, nah, that shit was full with mad filler and shit like that. I don't know. I don't know because the
I
way that
mean, to each
WWE
his
does
own.
television now
well,
is a
well.
bunch
The
of
thing is,
commercials.
so
Because when I
so
watch Raw, it's full of commercials.
That's a
Literally
Now that's a
full
personal
of
thing for
commercials.
you.
Full
That's a
of
personal thing
commercials.
for you. We've already gone through that. That is personal
Yeah,
for you, sir.
but like how that it goes against like don't make it seem it's only me. Mad people said there's commercials through it, and there's
Well, that's
way
on
too much
y'all.
commercial. Mad commercial. At some point, I'm looking like, dang son, you have like more commercials than they have matches. SmackDown, I feel like I get more bang for my buck because I get less commercials. When I do get commercials, I get picture in picture. You feel me? And even then, y'all niggas get picture in picture. Y'all still don't pay attention. So I don't want to hear it.
so
I'm gonna need you
first
to
of
turn that
all,
flip up.
you're speaking from somebody who works in wrestling. So your look at wrestling is completely different than the average consumer. Now, personally, I think the pay-per-views are a little bit slightly too short. I would prefer like actually one more match on the pay-per-view because it adds a little bit of or even more breathing room on that one. Now, the majority of people who watch professional wrestling are casual fans or smart marks the most, but not people who are actually in the business. You're in the business, so your eyes looking at things a whole different way than the average person. So it's different. It's sounded tantalizing, Tony.
Hey, Tony.
So I personally, this is my thing. Now,
This
AEW's
nigga
pay
said
per
it.
views are way too long because
Woo!
I don't need to watch 10 matches
Good
or
luck with that next weekend, y'all, because
or
that's crazy
that
work.
shit is wild to me. Now, I will never. I was a little bit against the 2 night pay per view WWE pay per views when it came to WrestleMania. It's a whole lot better because I still talk about this day that last WWE pay per view when Kofi won the title. It was an 8 hour
Yeah.
shit. Like WWE owes me a check. It was exhausting. It was so long that the last match, which was supposed to be one of the most historic matches of the night, was nobody cared
It
about it.
felt nobody cared. Everybody was too exhausted. Whether you were
So
there
there's a
physically
level.
or
So
watching it.
there's two types of things. We talk about attention span and we talk about consumer attention span. So when it comes to a consumer attention span, yes, because if you look at it, the average person, when they watch things right now, it is 1 minute to 3 minutes long. That is the average person. You may be the exception of that, Mr. Black, of what you're saying, but the average thing, if we look at it on YouTube, we look at TikTok, we look at Instagram, it's like a minute long. You got to cram that in as a minute long, a minute and a half the most. So the average consumer may not be you, but the average consumer cannot consume things in a long period of time. It is sad. It is absolutely sad that we can't do that anymore, that we can't. And then when you look at it, when you look at it from a bigger picture, it's like we haven't found the middle ground. And I said this last night when at the viewing party. I think the smaller pay-per-views is why they've been cutting a lot of talent recently. Like, if you're not a mid card, like a solid mid card, you are getting cut. Like, before when we were growing up, you had your bottom of the card people because the pay-per-views were longer. It was like 8 matches. So you would get like 2 or 3 more filler matches. And I think that's what's leading to a lot of talent being cut more because they're like, yo, we're not using you consistently. Done. Then I'll get off the soapbox. I also think the reason why they're also having 5 card matches is because there's too much wrestling on TV. They literally have, when you add it all up,
Was
outside
wrestling
of like
every day.
LFG, Evolve, all of that, you literally on the minimum just for WWE alone. Let's say they do a week
WWE
with
alone.
a pay-per-view. It is literally almost 11 hours of content. That's crazy. 11 to 12 hours that they gotta fill. Like, that's crazy. And but you really got to think of from another point of view. It's like, yo, before I didn't get it, when back in the day it made no sense to put, like, if Io Sky and Ripley was on Raw, it made no sense back in the day because they only had one show, Raw and the pay-per-view. Only one show, only one show, and then they had the pay-per-view. So that didn't make no sense back in the day. Like Goldberg versus Hulk Hogan on that Nitro made no sense. But now it makes more sense because I got to get you to watch Raw right after I give you a bang of a pay-per-view. So how am I gonna get you to watch Raw after pay-per-view? Nigga, I'm gonna put a premium match on our Raw channel. Because I'm gonna pull you in somewhere or another because now they got too many hours to fill. And it's like, sadly, the business side of things is catching up to the actual the art of professional wrestling. That's just my 2 cents. I'll get off the soapbox and step down.
I mean, like how that. I just feel like, regardless how less wrestling is, how more you put on the screen, it's all based on the consumer. Regardless, because I seen people. It was Kenny versus Will Ospreay. That match is from bell to bell, fire. Niggas still was on their phone. So my thing is just like, you can put on, regardless how long the pay per view is, niggas don't have attention span for shit. You could have bangers after banger after bangers with commercials in between it. Niggas not gonna pay attention,
You know what? We gonna have
regardless.
to figure out how to get your Netflix upgraded. I really want you to experience Raw how I experience it,
No, but like how that,
cause
it
I
doesn't
feel like
matter
if you
though.
did, then your whole experience of Raw would be different.
Nah, but it doesn't matter commercial or not. Like even on independent
Nah, it
scenes,
does because even
no, it
with so
doesn't
it being on no,
matter.
it does because you said when you watch SmackDown, at least if you get mad commercials, you get in picture in picture. You don't get that with the Raw
No,
because
but
it's
I'm
on
not
Netflix.
talking about like I'm not I'm talking about regards what you do. Commercial free, no commercials. Niggas don't pay attention. Niggas, let me stop saying that. People, black people, whatever, they don't want to pay attention. Regardless, like I seen people barely watching show complain about the show how they watching it. They been on Facebook group, oh, blah blah, write whole essays throughout the whole show, not paying attention. So my thing is this: it always goes back to the consumer. And my brother said this. It's like Sean said this: TikTok brain, TikTok generation. Nobody want to pay attention. So I get it. Oh, like you experience it in person. Even in person, people are watching other things in person. So I don't know. I don't know. It's
Everybody's
just
different. I mean, how I think it's unique. How I think it's unique how as us as individual experience and have that point of view when watching wrestling. But I also think it's a unique experience because you're getting people to chime in with different things and seeing it differently than how you would see it. And I think that's why like this pay per view, like I had to get off the interwebs because I was just like, it's so much overload about what happened last night that it's just like this is a
I'll be
beautiful
off
thing
that
for
shit.
wrestling. This is such a beautiful moment where like you had like I had people texting me that I know don't consistently watch wrestling like, yo, did you see what happened? Nigga, did you see what happened? Like I'm always here. I'm present. So like I love the fact that right now, like we're on this road to WrestleMania where it's literally everybody's getting on the bus. And everybody's like Million Man March style.
Cause
Like
The
everybody's
Rock
like,
saved WrestleMania.
okay, we're not
No,
there
he
yet, and
didn't.
we're
No,
not
he
Yes,
gonna
he
do
didn't.
that
did.
because it's a
Yes, he
Yo,
did.
team
This nigga
effort.
saved
son, why
No,
you
WrestleMania.
I'm
be
not
But
riding
doing
the
I'll
this
open
with
up.
rocks,
you.
man?
I'm
Like,
not
no, he
doing this
did
with you.
not. No, he
It's a
did
team
not.
effort
No, he did not.
thing.
Yeah,
We're not there
clearly,
yet.
Team
clearly,
effort. Team
It's a
clearly,
team
effort.
effort,
it,
absolutely.
it's a
Come
team
on, my
effort. It
nigga.
is
Come on.
Dwayne can't
because
do everything
Come
by
on, my
himself. He
nigga.
need he
Come
need
on, my nigga.
people.
Come, this nigga's Mr. WrestleMania now,
Are
boy.
you kidding? He's definitely not Mr. WrestleMania now. Hold on a minute. We're not gonna do that now. We're not gonna be disrespectful.
Hold on. Do you not? Hold on. Do you not understand? Do you not understand that this nigga is on the top 5 multiple times of being on the most grossed WrestleManias ever?
No, listen, I'm not taking away nor denying Dwayne's contribution to wrestling. I am not. Whether it's then, now, and forever. I am not denying that. What I am gonna say though is that he is not the only one in motion and playing the game.
This nigga is leading the game, my nigga. This nigga's the star player.
There's no, I'm not gonna
I
I don't
mean,
he's not the
I mean,
only one that's contributing to what's going on.
I'm not
he's
saying he's
not.
not the only one.
That's what you
You
But
said.
did! You
but the thing
just
That's what you
did!
said.
no, he's the one that's leading the team. He's leading the team. He's the reason why we are here. He is the reason why that everybody's talking about this shit. This nigga last year, Cody gonna finish the story. Cody finished the story. Okay, big deal. And this nigga turned the whole shit around. And then WrestleMania 40
And then
became the
Loki tried
biggest
to make it
banger
about
in
him,
years.
but then and then didn't make it about him, but then made it about him, but then make it about him.
Regardless, it was him. Then we just saw what happened. We just saw what happened recently. My nigga, people at my job come up to me, y'all heard Cena turn heel. Just like
But
you
my
just
thing
said.
is this.
But the
But
thing
my thing is this. But my thing is this. It would have worked out when any corporate figure. If Vince was there, it would have the same exact effect.
No,
If
it would
Triple H, hold
not.
I don't
on,
know if it
hold
would.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. The main census is Cena turned heel. Everybody was talking about Cena turning heel. If Vince was still running the company and he was Vince McMahon, the evil corporation, and he did the same exact thing, it would have worked out. It would have said, Cena turned heel. I can't believe it. Da, 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 da. That's all they would have said. The main character is Cena. Once again, The Rock always got to next someone else's wave, dogs.
Actually,
This nigga's a hater.
for
This nigga's a
me,
fucking
and
hater.
it's not even on some
Look how this
biases.
nigga sound.
It's not even on some
Yo,
biases.
yo,
And
son,
that's what I told your brother last night. I was like, who is the common denominator in last year's WrestleMania and this year's WrestleMania that is now currently the WWE champion? Like, everybody is surrounding
Cody.
themselves around Cody to
Cody.
elevate him.
No, no. Again. Okay, the two main factors is John Cena and Cody Rhodes. I guarantee if The Rock was not there, and next thing you know, Cody had a match. John Cena came down, congratulations him, and hit him with the title. Oh my gosh, it would have the same impact. Stop it, son.
So
Stop it,
Nigga,
son.
To
hold
Brandon's
up. You
point
know what?
though,
Now say your point because I'm about to go off. Cause
you
this
don't
nigga
have to
is
though.
wildin'. Say your point, Janelle.
No,
Say
so
your
two
point.
things. To Brandon's point about sold out dates, WrestleMania sells out regardless because it's WrestleMania. Like
Wait,
It
I
didn't
don't
sell out
mind.
this year. It didn't
wait,
sell out this year. It didn't sell
wait,
out this year. It didn't
wait,
sell out this year. It didn't
wait,
sell
wait,
out this year because reason why that
wait.
WrestleMania didn't
Not
sell out
only
this year
no no
because of the
no hold on.
price.
Not only that though, but you
Woo!
have people that will resell just to resell. Like
Yeah.
if you go on Ticketmaster right now, all the tickets available are resale tickets.
Come on, my nigga. You
No,
wildin', boy. You
no, the
wildin',
tickets at
boy.
WrestleMania didn't sell out because of the prices. That's why they said the prices tripled in prices. This
Well,
is why this year
look,
hasn't
I
sold
know
out.
because I'm
Yeah,
tracking the pricing for
yeah,
WrestleMania, so
yeah. But like
I
how
get
that,
it.
yeah,
But
but like outside of that, if it wasn't the pricing, it would have been sold out for it. That's why.
But
You know
WrestleMania is
what?
listen. I mean, and it's not to count people's pockets, but WrestleMania has never been cheap. Like so that
But
whole
it's more
concept
now.
of
Yeah,
like
it's more
them
now.
tickets
Yeah.
is being that like WrestleMania has never really been cheap. So I'm just gonna put that on the table. But you do what you gotta do. If that's what you want to go, you're gonna budget correctly. But my thing is, and I'll let you say what you want to say, Will, because my thing will always be I don't say Dwayne doesn't help. I'm not saying that. But my
Yeah.
thing with you is that you don't also acknowledge, no pun
Never.
intended, the other players involved.
Never. 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 Never.
And that's really
Never.
my thing. Is like, yes, Dwayne, it could be leading the crusade. Yeah, sure. Yeah, TKO board member, Dwayne the Rock Johnson, Iowani family. Yes, all of that. Yes. Bloodline. Yes, yes, yes. But there are other players and characters that are involved that really move the situation.
And don't forget, the bloodline was hot before The Rock jumped on the wave. So stop it. That shit was hot before he jumped on the wave, dogs. Like niggas was not even thinking about The Rock when like the bloodline was on a rise like that until later on. Again, he hopped on people waves,
That
dogs.
nigga got
He
on the
hopping
press
on.
conference and smacked Cody, and then everybody was like, "Oh!" And it was just like,
Oh, mind you, the bloodline been cooking for a good 2.5 years, 3 years
So y'all
before
done?
him.
Y'all done yet? Y'all done? Can I go? Can I go? So first things first, you talking about that he wasn't hot. The bloodline been hot. Now I'm gonna say I'm a bloodline lover. I love me some bloodline. But let's talk about it. Let's pull it back for a second. When everybody was talking about Rock versus Roman, hyping that up. Hyping that up.
that they're six
Hold
years too
up.
late for.
You got your chances
That
to
they six
talk.
years too late for. If they even think to try to do Roman and Rock now, I'm not gonna give a fuck. I don't care
So
now.
exactly. And what happened? The Rock said, you know what? Let me pivot. Let me audible at the line and switch it up. Then, you know what happened? It was Cody. Yeah, we were hyped. We were hyped. We were like, oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, we were hyped about it. We were hyped about Cody. We switched it up. WrestleMania 40 became a movie. That buildup was a movie in Las Vegas. In
Hopping
Las
on Roman's,
Vegas, killing
hopping
it.
on Roman's wave, hopping on niggas' waves once again.
No. He elevated the wave. It was a wave. Now it became a tsunami, my niggas. It became a tsunami. Hold up. Then WrestleMania 41's around the corner. We come through. We're about 6 weeks away from WrestleMania 41, maybe 8 weeks away.
58
But first,
days.
let's talk about every time The Rock
58
pops
days.
up, ratings go through the week, go through the roof. Every time The Rock pops up, sold out arenas.
No one's denying that, though.
Wait. I'm not done. Because
But I'm
I'm
just
still
saying,
cooking.
no one's
I'm
denying
still
that.
cooking, Miss HR. Still
No one's
cooking.
denying that.
Then y'all talking about John Cena turning heel and I've been popping anyways. Would have been popping? Yes, it would have. But it wouldn't have the aura. The aura. If John Cena turned heel without The Rock, it would have been how Jason
And
Tatum
Cody
won the
Rhodes.
championship.
I need you to enter
No
Cody into
aura.
that sentence.
Huh?
I need you to enter Cody into that sentence. Like, I just feel like you really leaving
hold up. I'm not taking anything away from Cody. I'm not taking
Because if
anything
that
away
nigga,
from
you
Cody.
talking about a story,
He
if that
plays
nigga
he
didn't say,
plays a
yo,
factor.
fuck you, if he didn't drop that F-bomb, none of that shit would have hit.
But the thing about it, without The Rock being there, it wouldn't have been as big. Just point blank. We need to be serious about this.
But we also need to be serious how everybody has to play their part in order for it to be big.
But
and
it's
the thing
funny
about
though,
it, if he doesn't have the ball and make the plays, y'all not niggas ain't going to where they are.
But
WrestleMania 41 became hotter than fish grease because of The Rock. Nigga, that shit was lukewarm.
I find it mad strange.
When this
I
big
find it mad
Samoan-ass
strange.
nigga came through, he said, you know what? I'm going to change this up. I'm going to turn up the heat. He had Travis Scott there for no reason. I still don't know why that nigga was there.
Oh, my bad. Continue.
This nigga turned up the heat.
I understand that, but again, it doesn't change the fact that he always comes when it's the hottest. For example, he was not coming like back to WWE like this before Roman heated it up again. He was not coming like weeks or weeks, every other month, twice a month. He was not coming like that.
Again, because Roman was the cook at the time.
No,
he
exactly.
Was cooking already.
Hopping on people's waves. Hopping on people's waves. Hopping on people's waves. And don't forget. And don't forget. His idea was, I'm going to take Cody's spot and fight for the championship. Hopping on people's waves. Hopping on like a rodeo. Dick riding niggas.
I'm going to rodeo this weekend.
So, like, I don't want to hear this, son. He always gonna hop on people's waves, son.
I just want to, my thing is,
he hop on the waves.
We didn't even get to the men's elimination chamber, so we're gonna pause. We're gonna put a pin in this. But I just do want to say, I just like you want us to acknowledge Dwayne. I need you to acknowledge the other players involved because it takes everybody. It's a team effort, and it takes everybody to do their part in order. Everybody has to do their part in order for it to be successful. That's just like somebody mentioned movie. That's just like a movie. If you got
his
one
movie career
in
got
the movie
cold,
doing everything,
and he decided to show up again. That's all he does, though, son. But like, of course,
his career got cold. Career got cold.
Son, his last movies are not great, son. There was mid
I just want to say that Red Notice.
No, number one,
mid
on Netflix.
Was not the truth.
Myona, whatever the Samoan movie he got, my nigga. Number two, crossing $1 billion, my nigga.
I'm really waiting for that.
Crossing $1 billion. $1 billion. Y'all niggas crossing shit $1 billion.
It's a Disney movie, hopping on the wave of Disney. Once again, his old movies don't be that good, though, son. The Rock plays the same roles for 500 movies, dog.
But I do like him playing the dad because that's just what he is. He's a girl dad. So that.
Of course. Hop on people's wave. If I see him in a Batista movie, guarantees hopping on Batista's movie wave, B. Hopping on niggas' waves, B.
That niggas is so disrespectful here, son. Like, that niggas is so disrespectful. The disrespect that I'm seeing right now is crazy, my nigga. You really talking about $1 billion nigga, B? That worked hard.
No one is taking away no accolade from Dwayne. My issue.
That nigga just said he's a bum in the movies.
That's their opinion. They don't like the fucking movies. That's their opinion.
That's disrespecting this nigga.
You're
Yo,
like, what do you want them to do?
this man came to DC talking about you gonna
Don't
set
even do
the
that
whole
because when
DC
y'all
with
niggas
me.
was dog walking Black Adam and I actually liked it, I'm not here. I'm not jacking that. Niggas was dog shitting on Black
That shit
Adam,
was whack.
but
That
I
shit was
liked it.
whack.
I wouldn't say
Yo,
that. I enjoyed it.
this man came talk
It
about
was a
I'm
good
gonna change the
story.
whole DC.
I'm a
Oh,
sucker for a
I'm
good
gonna change the
story.
whole DC universe around me. Try to say like the whole backstory of
I
a
thought it was a good
character.
story because I
Yo,
got
centered around
listen.
him. Yo,
I thought
fuck
it was
out of
good,
here though, son. A way hopper, son.
but I'm
That's all
just
he
saying.
does.
No, but I'm
That's
just
all he
saying.
does.
To your
Listen,
brother's point, I'm sitting here like I niggas is dog shit Black Adam, and I don't hear nobody talking about that.
nobody, son.
But I liked
Nobody,
it. I
son.
will. I will. I will say, Janelle enjoyed Black Adam.
No, no,
Michael's
no, no,
attest
no,
to
no,
that
no,
because
no,
we
no, no,
went
no,
to
no,
the
no, no,
movies
no,
to
no,
see
no,
that.
no,
I
no,
think.
no. I could understand that you liked it because it was decent, but as far as how to make sense of the overall movie universe, no, it made no sense
Oh,
because
see,
he
so I
jacked
don't
on
have
Ray.
so. That's the beauty. I feel like that's the not a disadvantage, but advantage that I have is that I'm not into the comic thing. So whenever I watch like a comic movie, I'm watching it for the movie like face value.
You
I'm
see,
not
you see, you see.
I'm
Now you
not
just
looking
talking
at.
shit. I could tell that how that you didn't see the Blue Beetle. You just talking shit. Once
No, I
again, you
like
found
Blue
my
Beetle
brother.
too.
That
Blue
shit was
Beetle was
fire.
dope.
Him. I'm talking about him.
Oh,
Oh, I haven't seen Black Adam. The only scene was worth watching was Batman. You don't watch movies then.
I
Black,
like Blue
yo,
Beetle.
I bet he said that Black Adam was better than Green Lantern. You moving the goalposts. Nobody talking about Green Lantern right now. Stop
Which
but
moving the
I
goalposts.
I
no,
agree with
Black
that.
Adam was better than Green Lantern. That shit was
I
No,
fire.
of
agree. I
course,
actually
but
agree with that,
nobody talking about
AJ.
Green Lantern right now. Nobody talked about it. We're talking about the fact that Black Adam, he was trying to took over, but it didn't happen. He nearly bankrupt DC movies. So stop it, son. Listen, The
That's
Rock
just
hop
that
on niggas'
one
waves.
thing,
He hops on waves. I guarantee if W was not this high, he will not be this evolved. I
You know
guarantee
what?
it.
But
You a
speaking
liar.
about
You a
jumping on a
liar, my nigga.
wave,
You a liar. You a liar, my nigga. That's
Blue
disrespectful.
Beetle was more than I. Blue Beetle was good.
I
I
like Blue
like that
Beetle. I like
movie.
Blue Beetle. That was
Yeah,
my favorite.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I
hell
really
yeah. That
fucked with
shit was
that nigga because that
fire.
was the nigga
That shit was
from
fire.
Cobra Kai.
Yeah, that shit
yeah,
was
that's
fire.
I love
That shit was
love that
fire,
movie.
son.
This nigga said he peaked at Walking Tall. Y'all in the comments right now, what is your favorite Dwayne The Rock Johnson movie? Let's talk about it because that's
Gridiron
hilarious.
Gang. Gridiron Gang. That's my movie right
What?
there.
That's so
Nigga
You
said
never
random.
see Grid?
Gridiron Gang, my nigga.
That's so
That shit was
random.
fire. What are you talking about?
That wasn't even his movie.
Yes, he was.
He was in that.
It wasn't.
He
It
was
was his
in
movie. He was what?
Whatever, nigga.
that.
You like
Yo.
Shazam, but like how that you like Gridiron Gang, which was a better story, everything.
This nigga
Okay,
said
all
Fast
right,
Five. Shut up. Shut
okay,
up.
okay. Make it make sense though. Make it make sense.
But all right, you guys let us know what your favorite Rocky movie is.
Gridiron movie was my favorite rock movie though, son. That shit was
We clearly
fire,
know
son.
that. We clearly understand. Ass said Peacemaker. Girl, that's not even Dwayne not in that.
Dwayne's not in that.
Dwayne
No,
not in that.
that's The
John
Rock.
Cena is though.
I mean John Cena. Sorry.
Yo,
John
these
Cena is
niggas are
though.
stupid in the comments, B. Yo, the
Yo,
chat is acting up
the
tonight.
rundown low key. You know what? That was a good one. That was one of Dwayne's
Exactly.
first
Stephanie
ones.
Hardy, like she said. Gridiron Gang with triple platinum in my house. Yes.
Ooh, we got
Yes.
another one for the rundown. The rundown is a, but Walking Tall was a statement piece. You know what I mean? Like,
Nah, faster. That movie was fire
oh,
too.
Michael likes that movie. If
Faster.
babe, if you still
That movie
on,
was fire, son.
what movie you like of Dwayne? Because he definitely did. He mentioned that Faster movie, and he mentioned something else the other day, and I was just like, what?
Oh, Game Plan, that was a good movie too. I enjoyed that.
You see how
Oh,
y'all niggas is talking about
any
all the
movie
movies The
that
Rock
Dwayne
did?
is a
You
girl
see how
dad,
y'all
I'm
niggas
here
talk
for
about
it.
all the
Tooth
movies The Rock
Fairy.
did? That's how ill The Rock is. That's how ill this nigga The Rock is. Put some respect on The Rock's name, my nigga. Y'all
But
just
then I
spent
can
20
also
minutes
do the
talking about The
same for
Rock's
Jonathan
movies, my
Cena.
nigga.
So what are we saying?
Fuck y'all
If we're
talking.
talking about movies, I mean,
Thank
Fuck y'all
you.
talking about. Fuck y'all.
Thank you.
Put
Thank
some
you.
respect on my niggas'
oh,
names.
see, yeah, Faster. See, that's the movie because he always talks about that movie, Faster.
Yeah, Faster was a fire movie, son. That was a good movie. Faster, Gridiron Gang. Those are classic rock movies right there. Better shit that he put out right now. Bullshit.
Oh,
You a
GI
hater, nigga.
Joe.
Shut up.
Well, you know what? Hobbs and Shaw was top tier for me.
Yo, How the Show is I. That was a good movie. I
Hobbs
enjoyed
and
See,
it.
Shaw,
more
like
good
they
movies
were
y'all
able to do
say.
that. That was dope.
But again, the amount of movies that he had, this is Faster, Gridiron Gang, that was way before he was steroids rock. All right? All right, this whole Stairwell Rock, nah, man. His movies just be super hit and miss a lot of times, dog. It'd be the
But
same
he was
exact
the
shit,
highest paid actor last year though.
No, that's great. I listen, Dwayne. If
right?
you're listening, if you want to donate to Jobber Slam June 21st, I'm here for it. Like, you could. But when your brother said jumping on the wave, it definitely did make me think about how they scooped up XFL and created that whole thing. They took XFL and was like, nah, we gonna do this whole shit. We gonna do it right. Which I appreciate.
Nah. With the XFL, I felt that the second time around before, like if COVID never happened, it would still been running. Like it would have been good because
Nah, COVID didn't happen.
yeah, that shit was
XFL would have
fire.
definitely took off.
That shit was fire though because a lot more people came back. It had a lot more viewers. Everybody was talking about the XFL when like Vince had it for
Nah,
the
so
last
yo, we were
time.
planning to
Yeah,
go and then COVID
yeah,
happened.
me too, me too.
But all right, so back to Elimination Chamber. So the women, so we'll wrap up the women's Elimination Chamber match real quick. So I believe who Liv Morgan. Listen, people say what they want. Liv Morgan was the absolute MVP of that entire
She
chamber
was.
match.
She
Like
got better. She got better.
hands down,
She got better. Yeah,
our girl from the Jersey, from from the state next door, she definitely put on for her. She put on for the town. Like I will absolutely.
yeah.
There's no denying that. So, but there is no WrestleMania without the EST. So Bianca Belair became the first two-time Elimination Chamber Women's Elimination Chamber winner. And she will now probably, I mean, even though once again Rhea and Io Sky is tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw in Buffalo, um, definitely probably seeing Rhea winning. Um, so that we probably
I could
will
see
end
that.
up getting Rhea versus Bianca Belair at WrestleMania, which I am locked in for. I'm actually locked in for. But my question to the table, and then we'll move on to the next match, is where do you see the Jade saga going? Oh hey.
Honestly, I don't know because I have no expectation for a women's storyline in WWE
Oh damn.
because um
That's how you really feel?
because no. Yeah. I'm gonna explain to you why. It's not me being sexist or whatever. A long time ago when it comes to women's storyline and wrestling in general, is I just take it by week. Because at any moment they could just drop the storyline, just forget about it, and don't put that much emphasis. So
See,
whenever a women's storyline is high, I tend to just like name not put too much expectation behind it because I don't
my
want to get
nigga said I've
disappointed.
been through the Divas era and I'm so jaded, so I
Yo,
just
I just
definitely
been like,
sit and watch.
yo, for real, son. Like, and like even now, there's sometimes where like, yo, with what's that group that Westing had? Bunch of the that lesbian team with Zoe. Oh
Wow.
my gosh. What is it?
Pure Fusion Collective.
Yo, Pew's Collection. I was invested. Next thing you know, they just
You
dropped her and
were?
stopped being on because I like Sonya Deville. Cause like I like what she does. Like I
Oh,
like the fact that she
okay.
got like I respect her hustle. I respect the work that she put in the ring. Everything she did, she always put in the best foot effort. Shayna, I like her because yo, she never got a real run on her main roster. Zoe Starks, I feel she's super underrated. So I was invested in those three. So then I was just like, and then next thing you know, they stop showing up. Damage control, same thing, but the storylines don't be hot like that. So when it comes to women's storyline, I can't get that much invested because they might drop the ball and make me get disappointed. Only place I can get two places I can invest in women's storyline is TNA wrestling and
Tuesday
the other
nights on CW.
sorry. Let me correction. NXT,
Hmm.
TNA, the Indies, and WoW. That's it. WWE is real hit and miss. So I'm I like there's three black women involved in a major storyline. I like that, but I don't want to get disappointed. So I'm more like
Nigga so
week by
hurt
week.
jaded from wrestling previously. So Kids, where do you see the Jade saga going? Are we getting Naomi versus Jade at WrestleMania? Are we getting answers this coming Friday on SmackDown? That
Lesbian
was another
team.
thing. Like the fact that they were able to kind of have like a um like promotional in that sense, like pay-per-view. So like women from both shows were in the chamber. So it was like you got a story with, with Bailey and Roxanne, which I really love. and then you have Jade and Naomi SmackDown, and then you still have Liv and Raquel as being now the new women's tag team champion. So like, I love the fact that even after Bianca won, you had Rhea come out, and then you had Io in the back foreshadowing. Like, it just, they found little ways to just connect and make people want to tune in, to your point, Sir Wilkins. But yes, what are your Sir Wilkins? What is your thoughts on the Jade saga? Where are we going?
So the Jade Saga has a lot of potential. Built up storyline. You have a lot of like different moving parts, especially even though Bianca is still going towards a singles run, whatever. The one thing I have to say, I see it going. It could go somewhere far. I agree with my brother. Women's storylines in WWE, especially the main rosters, doesn't really stay together for the most part. Now, I will say this: if this storyline continues, and I don't want to sound like a negative Nancy, this is a make or break moment for Jade. She hasn't
Okay.
fully she hasn't really fully established herself on that main roster. Presence wise, yes, she got the rub from Bianca. I think this is what they're doing right now, taking her away from Bianca and
And
saying, "Hey,
mm-hmm.
we're gonna put you on your own for right now. You make this cook."
Yeah, the training wheels is off now.
Yeah, so I think right now they're like, "Yo, you gotta cook." I think this is a very pivotal point in Jade's career right now in WWE
And I love that
because
she gets to honestly do it with Naomi. Like, I love that the girls, like, we went from last year, them coming out at WrestleMania together on some Destiny's Child shit. And now, I love the fact that now we're almost a year later, and it's like the breakdown, and now we get to see how it plays out. So like, I mean, I totally understand the jadedness, especially in the storylines for women on the main roster. I understand it, but I'm actually very excited because as they also did announce that they are anticipating a draft after WrestleMania. So like, everything kind of like, it's just, we're on this roller coaster ride, and you're having all these highs. You're gonna have highs and you're gonna have lows. So I think to have no expectation is safe, but I'm very excited to see what the girls end up doing and how it all plays out in Vegas.
Facts.
If they do it in Vegas, it could be sooner, it could be later, who knows? But I'm excited for the potential of it, and I definitely agree to your point that it's Jade's now time to be Jade, and let her show, the training, the character work, all the mic skills. I think it's time for her to now showcase what she can do on her own. And I love the fact that now Bianca gets her due justice and getting this title back.
you say
So
Black
I'm
Wait,
after
here
Black.
for
wait,
all of it.
wait. Question: was it like Naomi in the top 5 women wrestlers at one point?
I mean, I feel like people don't really talk about Naomi, and they should. Like, her being able to not only lead WWE in the manner and the fashion that they did, to then go to Impact and make a real
Was she like
name for
top
herself.
5 because of that? She became
Well, I
top
don't, I
5 or
don't,
top
I
10?
don't know about top five. I don't know, like, what list are you talking about per se? Like
Um,
PWI? Are you
yeah,
talking about?
PWI.
Oh, I don't know if she was number five. Like, I don't know the position.
Like I felt that she was in top 20 because of that. Like how that like to me, I felt that at one point, I felt that she always hovered around like Impact put in the top 10 at one point. I don't remember.
Oh, but I feel like her impact run was the like renaissance of hey, was the renaissance of the glow.
Yeah. And I
So
felt,
that,
one of the
and I
matches
felt like
people
she carried that energy into when she
yeah.
came back at the Royal Rumble.
I feel like
Um,
one match that everybody should watch right now is to really get like to really get her get busy in the ring. Sunny Kiss versus Naomi. Well, Trinity. Watch that match. It's on YouTube right now. That match is fire. Like if you ever want to see how she is outside WWE, watch that match.
yeah, no, that's good. So, all right, so we had the women's elimination chamber match, which once again Bianca Belair will be facing the um the champion that comes out of the Io Sky Rhea Ripley match on Monday. So stay tuned for that. After that, we had the
Tag.
was it the tag match with Trish
Yes.
Stratus and
Yes.
Tiffany Stratton going against Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. Um,
Yo, We was in
What
a
happened?
bar. Wasn't it's Naomi's no. Nia Jax is Trish Stratus' biggest opponent ever, right?
Well, we were talking about it at the bar, as you said, and when we look, when you look back, it's at probably, yeah, like that era that she was wrestling didn't really have like outside of
Yeah,
maybe, and she wasn't there when Kong was there for like 2.5.
she wasn't. So she, like,
And I
yeah,
can't
she was
really
the
think of
biggest one.
anyone like in that like stature. But I listen, when she fucking bulldogged off that top rope, y'all couldn't tell me nothing about your stratus now. Like
Like,
that.
I really felt that how that because like, I was watching, I said, I think her biggest opponent was probably maybe Jazz and Victoria. If
In terms
that,
of height, maybe in terms of like hard hitting, possibly.
she fought China, no, right?
She might have. She might have came across her once or twice, but I don't. But definitely not on the level of Naya. Beautiful self. But of course,
Yeah,
the
that is the
Toronto.
biggest. That
Yeah,
yeah, that
yeah, which is
yeah, that's
okay.
it.
That's good because
No, no,
guess
no, no,
what?
no, 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 no.
Trish
I
held
wasn't
her
trying to shit her.
own.
Yeah, like had I wasn't trying to shit on her though, but like the aesthetics, I'm looking like, dang, the amount of money her and Nia Jax could have made back in the day, son. They would have made
See, but
boo amount of
in
money.
actuality, though, I think the opposite because that in that time period, nobody was worried about women's wrestling. So I don't think, and that's why a lot of like the women, like anytime I listen to an interview that Michelle
No, not even
McCool's
Beth
on,
Phoenix. Not even Beth Phoenix. No, not even Beth
maybe that,
Phoenix.
but any interview that I've watched recently with Michelle McCool, she's always said like, if I was, I would love to get in the ring with like Charlotte, with Naomi, with Bianca, because there's a different there's a different narrative with women's wrestling now, and
Yeah.
where with when she was there at the time, it wasn't taken serious, it wasn't taken for what it was worth, and they were doing some really good character work. Her like her and Layla were really doing some really good shit at the time. So I just don't know if the attention would have been there back then, but I'm glad that we got 25 years later and we getting it now because Trish Stratus looked
Yeah.
amazing. And of course Tiffany and Trish won.
Um, Speaking of women's wrestling, it's a little bit off subject, but there's a show on Netflix that I've been watching called The Queen of Villain.
Oh yeah. I didn't watch, but I heard about it.
It's really, really, really good. So it's a Japanese show. Um, it's dubbed into English, so they're speaking English, but it's dubbed. Um, and it's talking about women's wrestling in Japan. It's like a whole story that they have. It's a mini
Oh, that's
show.
dope.
It's super accurate, going through training camp and everything. Like I like any wrestling fan should be watching that show. It
Well,
is
I check it
really
out.
really good.
I check it
Okay.
out. I'm gonna check it out.
Good recommendation. Oh well, speaking of shows, definitely re-recommending. Definitely the LFG on A&E is definitely a watch. I highly recommend because it's an interesting take on seeing like those, like they have a mixed bag of students where you have those that have been in the PC for over almost a year, and then you have people that got called the week of. So like you have these different experiences. You have people that are just naturally into it. So the LFG show is really, I actually really um love the show. Thank you, Steph. A girl going away this week, so I had to look presentable. um but
I
all right, so
agree.
yeah, so the girls won the tag match. So right now Tiffany Stratton is straight lining to Charlotte Flair as they will go moonsault for moonsault at WrestleMania. So it's exciting. It's gonna, I think
Oh,
that
she was
was
getting late. Oh shoot. Go
that was
ahead.
the way to go. And then we
The
had
unsanctioned
the
match.
unsanctioned
Fire.
match
Fire.
of Kevin Owens versus
Fire.
the Sami Zayn for the eighth billionth time, and it just always seems to be refreshed every single time. These niggas can face each other every time, and it still feel new. But
Then
no,
Rainey
they
came
did
back.
they really did a really good I was very entertained, and I was very like, and I definitely think the right person won. I definitely think Kevin Owens should have won because
Yeah,
he's
he
on this
deserved it.
whole
He
mean streak.
deserves
He's
it.
on this
He
whole
deserves
like
it.
I'm defending myself. So
And
in all in
besides,
all,
I don't think he won a major match in a while. A while.
like
A
on a pay per view,
while.
yeah,
Yeah, like I think the last major one, correct me if I'm wrong, WrestleMania, him and Sammy winning the title. I think that was his last major belt he won.
that he won, yeah. Because then before that, I think was that Rumble when he faced Roman
Yeah,
What do you think about
yeah.
that?
and had lost. So Ash says someone said wrestlers are more over on hype than talent. Do you guys agree?
No.
No. Actually, I think it depends on the wrestler. Like, I definitely think that that's definitely a situational thing where you may have someone that may be a hype, but not really that good in the ring. And then you may have somebody that may not be as hype, but very good in the ring. So you can have two sides of the coin, to
Yeah.
be completely
I
honest
don't.
with you.
I no. I don't agree with that at all.
Why?
I think we're in the era of the most talented wrestlers ever.
This is
In
a general statement, though. And
no,
in
no,
my
no, no, no.
mind,
Just a general statement on my opinion, because to be honest, like the talent, the talent, and you need the talent and the hype to be a star. And with the plethora of, if we're talking about a general thing like just now, or we talking about all over all wrestling in general, with the
I
amount
said it
of
in the
wrestling.
sense of like overall. I wasn't even just specifying for WWE in that
No,
sense,
no, no.
or
I'm talking about overall.
but I was thinking of overall because you have people that are overhyped but don't really have the talent because it's subjective at the end of the day.
No,
True.
this is once again, this is just me saying this. I think there's so like the cream always rises to the top type of situation. Like you may have somebody that might get a little bit of hype for a week or so because they did something ill, but long lasting shit, nah. Like you gotta have both. Like you gotta have both, or you sink to the bottom.
Okay.
Like
But then again, though, the hype comes with your talent, and I just think that you just gotta stay consistent because you could consistently be have the hype of, oh yeah, he know how to talk, but if you don't have the work behind it, it doesn't mean shit. You got the talent, but yeah, if you have the work behind it, it doesn't mean shit. You understand? I know mad people in wrestling
That's
who
how
can
I feel.
wrestle their ass off, but yeah, they
Can't
don't
talk on
got
a
the
mic.
hype. Not even they can do everything, but they don't have the hype because they're not consistent. They don't put in the work in. Yeah, like how it is. Mad wrestlers that I'm cool with right now will tell me, oh, I don't get a chance, da da da, have the whole package, but don't have the work ethic. So I just think that through and all, hard work beats talent when talent fails. So like
Well, to
I
Ash, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go
I
ahead.
always look at someone like Darius Carter, right? He got everything. He got to keep on being consistent. Every time you look on Darius Carter, you see, oh shoot, you go in a rabbit hole of all his matches. Like I can see the hype, I can see the time, I can see everything. Though you understand, he has enough work to back up both, and I think it's all about the work that you put in. Because
it,
yeah, that's what I believe.
I do think that because it's a booker business, is not 100% on that. It could put that can
True.
play a factor, but I think you're gonna find your way if you're talented enough and you put the work in.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I always look at a guy like Enzo, right? He has put in the work and he put in work consistently, but it's just he put such a bad taste in people's mouths. Like he did a whole Jericho cruise, right? Mind you, a
They
lot of
talk wild
AEW.
shit about AEW.
Yeah. And I'm looking like, why we talk shit
But then it's
about a
like, but that's how
guy?
that's who he is though. Like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. And
I
I found
wasn't
that,
surprised, but I was
but
like,
it was just like, and that goes back to it, is yo, the hype behind him, the hype that he has is bad hype. So like a lot of shit that he does looking like I don't want to work with him because he does this. Even if he got improved overall everything, but the type of hype he brings in that he has around his name is not the best hype. You
see,
feel
but
me?
then you may have somebody that may see that that hype being worth it because it'll get people like regardless of what. And that actually is my bless you is like my, and it's funny, I thought of Enzo. That was the first thing that came to my mind in terms of like hype and talent. But with Enzo, sometimes the troublemaker is best for business. So it's a weird thing where it's like you, even though he talks wild shit, we all saw that he talked wild shit. Like we
But the thing
do.
about Enzo, someone said that Enzo got lied on and paid the price. Yeah, but he didn't inform WWE about it. That's the thing. Like it got ahead before he said anything, and those happened weeks and months before he said anything. It wasn't a bad break. He just didn't speak up. And on top of that, he was ready to cancer in the back. You forget, you forget the Roman kicked him off the bus because he was talking too much. The Miz said this: "You have so much talent and so much talent, but you talk so much shit that no one likes you." It wasn't a bad break. Enzo screwed Enzo. It wasn't a bad break.
But then
It was
still
on
his mouth
Enzo.
still gets him bookings. So I mean, like, what can you do? Like you just
But
said like he talked wild shit, but he was on the Jericho cruise, he got invited, and it's not like he ain't
Yeah,
talked shit
but
before.
I
but the
guarantee that
thing
he's
about
not
it, you're
getting
not
invited
getting the
again.
checks you deserve though. Like it's like this. It's like this. Yes, you're still getting booked, but you could be making millions of dollars instead of like a couple 100,000. You're still making money, but you're not living to your potential of what you could probably be making. And I
Yep.
think that's the thing. You sometimes gotta humble yourself a little bit.
Exactly.
Now that
Exactly.
part he definitely needs to figure that
Yeah.
out.
Exactly. Like, yeah, he cuts the promos and all of that, but again, you just cap yourself because you don't know how to be humble. You don't know how to
Because
understand.
let's talk about somebody mentioned Seth Rollins in the chat. Like Seth Rollins almost got released from WWE because he
Yep.
was a dick.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Like, and that's before he even got on NXT.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, when he
Yep.
was playing OVW
Yeah.
I even go
No.
back
Yeah,
to
he was
or
this.
back in OVW.
FCW.
I even go
Yeah.
back to this. Look at Austin Aries. No, Austin Aries?
Yeah,
Austin Aries. Yes.
amazing talent.
Yes. Amazing everything, the whole thing.
So problematic.
But when you look up his history, we look up all the problematic thing he did. I remember one time, right? Somebody was in the corner. I forgot. It was she was in TNA. She was an announcer. So like kind of she's in the corner. This guy gonna put his whole nuts in her face. Why would he do that for? Like, why would he do that for, son? Like, certain shit you just don't do and rub people the wrong way. Or I even go back to Loki. You Loki, no matter who I ask, Loki screw Loki wherever he goes. That's it.
Loki's
That's
like
just how
top
some people
tier.
are, though. Like you can't take the hood out the nigga. So
Yo,
Loki's a
I know people that we know on a local level, and whenever you hear things about them, this XY wrestler once again screwed himself over. This XY wrestler screwed himself over because he said this, he said that, da da da. He jumped out the window without getting any facts.
see,
That's
but
the
the
thing.
interesting part is that this nigga's a clown. The interesting part about it is that what doesn't work for somebody, it works for somebody else, and that's just the beauty. That's the the beauty and the beast of wrestling is like what somebody may consider is not professional. Somebody can see it and want to utilize it. So it just it's an
I put myself in a
interesting
situation. I put myself in a
interesting thing.
situation like I'm not everyone's cup of tea. I know that for a fact. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. But there's certain people that look at me, nah, I want this man on the team because I could see what he adds to my team. You feel me though? So even at work, like I may be the kind of most popular worker there, but at the end of the day though, it's just like niggas fuck what I do because I bring a result. I don't bring in trouble. The most I bring is jokes. I'm gonna clown you all day. I'm gonna kiki. I may smell like weed a couple of times, but at the end of the day, I put in results. I don't bring drama. I bring in positivity. I'm the walking positivity. But I can see why people don't like me because, oh yeah, he's to himself. This, that, I rub you the wrong way because of my positivity. I can understand that. But at the end of the day, it's just like, it's you. Yeah.
All right, so
AJ said Loki is amazing, but he took himself too serious. That's definitely what that nigga is.
that definitely is what that yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah,
that sound
yeah.
about right.
I remember I spoke to him one time. And I know we have to go soon, but it was a very interesting thing because I was like, hey man, like what do you? I'm like asking him about his career. How do you make it in the career? He's like, listen, do you see everybody here? They're real fighters. They really fight. It's not that WWE shit.
Niggas
We
made him
are
sound
here.
like he was a street fighter. You hear me?
Yes, that's how he sounded like, and I
Yo,
was like,
that's how he sounds. That's how he sounds.
I was like,
Cool
No,
wait,
I
dude.
what?
know, but like for the people that are watching that have not heard him speak, like it's just like this nigga made him sound like a street fighter.
But he's like, yes, and everybody here knows how to fight because we are real fighters. We come here and we know I have boxers, I have former MMA guys, because we are real fighters here.
AKA
I'm
this
no
nigga
dumb.
is way too serious, but we love him.
No, it's
We
true though,
we love him
because
though.
like when it comes to this wrestling thing, you can't take this shit too seriously. Bro, I'm a referee. I ref people who is oil up, covered in water, the middle of the ring, half naked. And I smile watching this shit like this. Come on. You can't take yourself too seriously, dogs. You just can't. You make ugly faces to the camera and they cheer for you. Oh yeah, he's telling it right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I have to let men lay on top of me in
No,
awkward positions
low
just for like
key.
the pin on move. Come on, son. You can't like, yo, you can't take this shit so personally, dog. Like I been hearing people arguments. Oh, my character won't do that. Yo, dogs, you know that how I'm the booker, right? Like, yo, it's just I could erase you, say, lose the title and never come back again. Like, bro, relax. Relax. It's not that serious, dog. Like, yo, I love wrestling, but boy, niggas take this shit way too seriously, dog. Why you talk about character like that? Oh, I'm gonna
Because they
fight
worked on
you.
it so hard. But to NDB 999, Loki and John Moxley are not in the same. We're not.
This nigga said my character can't do that.
What? I guess. Oh, my character, he can't take that move like that. All right. All right, dude. All right. All right. All right,
I mean, listen,
motherfucker.
people just so particular about their character and their and their gimmick and things of that nature. So
I don't like the way that how that yo, I don't like the way that how that guy pinned me. Yo, you should ban him. What? What? Yo, being a referee? I mean, one time, how's that be in 2020? I could talk about this. Like, there's certain promotions I don't feel comfortable working for because they either like their locker room feels racist. Like, I'm not gonna tell you where, but they're like
here you go,
defunct right
Pena.
now.
Nigga,
Huh? But
how
there
did
been
lie
time.
Is
racist?
it in Long Island?
No, it was in the Mecca. So Mecca have different
Oh, okay,
people
that's a
and stuff
revolving
like that.
door.
Yeah, yeah,
So
that's where I'm right. So like I was in a locker room. The guy low key, like he was like it was just the finish. I went one, two, and the guy he wasn't he didn't he was like he kind of like left his shoulder up like this. I was like, oh shoot, he kicked out. Man, they felt the type of way why they thought that ruined their match. Just best believe I never was welcome back.
oh wow, like we can have a conversation.
No matter what's the skin complexion, the background, doesn't matter. That's one thing I realized about wrestling. It doesn't matter. If people have egos, if it goes against what they believe in, everything that they don't want you back in that territory.
But
Even though
you
that
know
how
that's not the
that
place for you though, so that's
no,
okay.
it wasn't. It wasn't. But now the company is defunct. Shout out to Jay Bougie. Shout out to you, man.
Okay, yeah, giving everything but nothing at the same time.
Yeah, like
Like at this point, you might as well say what the fuck it is. But anyway,
No, 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 no,
because
no,
I'm
no,
sitting
no.
here trying to think, and I'm just like,
I
you
can't
know,
think of the federation right now either. But just know that I refed one of the guys' match for the championship.
all right.
I'm not even gonna go through this dark hole with you. All right, last but not least was the main event, the men's elimination chamber match, which
Fire,
honestly
fire,
the most
fire,
star-studded elimination chamber match
fire,
quite
son.
almost of all
That
time. So
ending, that ending But
But
Seth,
honestly, actually the beginning, middle, and end, and then the post match was. We can talk about it all. Like I like, Drew getting pinned. He's definitely about to cry all on SmackDown Friday night. So y'all better prepare yourselves
Okay.
because this nigga Drew McIntyre is gonna be crying. Um, Logan Paul ass just being Logan Paul. Ryan OVO on his pod. I was like, what the fuck is that? Did he just write
Drake.
OVO?
That's Drake.
No, I know it is, but I was just like, nigga, that's not even the.
But I think you said a key thing, like dogs, like the amount of star power in WWE
It's
is
outrageous.
insane.
It's actually like it's disgusting, but in like a good way. But it's disgusting.
Like it's like, yo, damn, like you said, like you looked in that chamber, and then you could even say Logan Paul with the amount of following that he have, and how good of a wrestler he is. It's like, yo, Ro- let's also say that Roman wasn't at this. Nobody from the bloodline was at this pay-per-view.
Nobody was checking for nobody
Yes, Sammy.
though.
Okay.
See, I'm gonna punch you through this damn phone.
Yo, he's on the cover on the Bloodline edition of WWE 2K5. That
He
says enough.
is, but like
He's still
you,
Bloodline.
first of all, you know what your brother meant, so don't do that.
No, 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 no. He said any Bloodline member. Sammy.
Anyway,
And The
go ahead.
Rock.
Oh well, Ash had asked the question of do we like Logan Paul? As I brought up Logan Paul, I do
You go
actually.
first.
I feel like someone like him that honestly will take the time to train, to learn the business, to be humble about it, and I also do like his podcast too, especially when he has like people from WWE on his podcast. Like the last guest he had was Michael Cole, and I enjoyed that interview. So I think Logan Paul brings a lot of eyes that would not normally watch WWE at the time during this time. I think he's definitely a value. He definitely doesn't have to be. I mean, if he's full time, great. If he's part time, great. Like I think what he brings to the table is really what's needed for kind of like the social media era and trying to build that bridge between that generation. Like you got all like the TikTokers and all this stuff. So I think for him, I think it's a I do I don't mind Logan Paul.
Um, I don't know him as a person. What he does in WWE, I like it. What he does outside of it, I don't like it. Um, it's funny that we have so much information out there, but a lot of us don't know a lot about nobody. I don't like the fact what he did to people where he had a whole crypto, like he did a whole crypto scam, and then he rug pulled people, stole money from people, and to this day he hasn't paid them back. So fuck him about that. His whole prime shit, that shit is detrimental to kids. The whole little snackable shit, I mean, little lunchable shit he had with Mr. Beast, trash. That shit was full of junk.
Yo,
So
I actually really like Mr. Beast. I like the whole game shit.
I mean,
They
Mr. Beast. I
the
mean,
whole
Miss.
they did a whole series. It was like what five? I think it was $5 million or some shit on Amazon Prime, and it was a Mr. Beast thing. And the girl from Wow, the black girl Wilkins that you was talking about. What's her name? Her name Beast. She was
Mm-hmm.
on that show.
Oh, she was.
She was a contestant, and to be honest, I haven't watched the last episode because I was saving it for the flight. She ended up at the end, like she ended up winning. First she ended up winning. I think what they were supposed to split the money originally, but she won like some money, and then she was able to go to like the finale. So yeah, she was on that show. So I do like Mr. Beast though.
I mean, Mr. Beast, he's cool, but I mean, I just feel like Mr. Beast is one of those typical guys who is with money and stuff like that. It's just like, yeah, you cool on screen though, but when you read the stuff about him looking like, oh, you're an asshole. Oh, you don't contribute to shit to people. Like you actually like a detriment to society. You understand? But it's not even local for him in Japan. It's just the fact that how that you scam people out of millions and millions of dollars and you didn't care about the shit. And then when people try to bust you about it, you're like, oh, woe is me. I don't know da 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 da, this, that, a third, blah 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 blah. Listen, you're gonna see the truth about Logan Paul pretty soon. You're gonna
Actually, so
see.
if you, I don't know if y'all have Roku TVs, but if you have a Roku TV, There actually was a series John Cena did. It's a TV show he did called What Drives You, and he had different guests on. Like he did The Miz, he did Jelly Roll, he did a few other people, but he did Logan Paul too. And I highly recommend to just go watch that episode. Just get a bit of a different insight about Logan Paul outside of WWE.
Still, don't change the fact that he robbed people for
I'm
money.
I'm not I'm not I'm not denying that because I don't know nothing about that. So I'm not talking about that. All I'm saying is if you got Roku, John Cena has a TV show called What Drives You,
So
and he go.
I watched his documentary with him and his brother. Um, One of the things is that I'm like 5 years too old to like. He's not my generation. He's Gen Z's generation of like a superstar. Like Muscle Man Malcolm loves the Pauls. Always talks about them and stuff of that nature. So I'm too old. I'm too old to like love the nigga. Love the nigga. He has shit that he's done outside. I'm not 100% agreeing with it. Do I like him? I think I'm more indifferent towards him
Yeah,
because,
like, all
but I
right.
think he's like ridiculously talented, great on the mic. Like you said about his podcast, I fucks with when he has wrestling guests on there. The dude is a businessman out the ass, and like it's one of those things where you're like, oh, huh, keep doing your thing.
It's
Yeah,
one of
that's
those
it.
things where
That's it.
like how we always talk about like celebrities or people just come in just to come in and not do nothing. Like I can appreciate that he decided to like really put effort into wanting to be a WWE superstar. So like I can't,
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
like it's a beautiful thing. Like
Bang
he
it.
actually puts the work in. Like him and Bad Bunny like took the whole like
They set the
celebrity
standard
wrestler
for
thing
celebrity people coming in.
Yeah,
to
they
another.
did.
Like if Travis tries to wrestle, he better put on some bangers.
That nigga better frog splash. You better be doing all that shit.
Because
All
Facts.
of it.
him when he slapped Cody, Cody got to punch him in the face next time.
Yo, nah, he Travis Scott definitely owes Cody Rhodes 5 minutes. Like Cody need to get them 5 minutes. Like for real, for real. But we get so winding down to the elimination chamber. Drew got eliminated first, then Damian Priest, then Logan Paul. So then we were left with Seth Rollins still obsessing over CM Punk and John Cena, and it was a moment where they kind of tag team together against Seth, and I was like, "What year are we in? Like, what are we watching? Like, what? Where am I? Like, it was just such a. It's and I said it to someone at the bar. I said the difference with AEW CM Punk and WWE CM Punk is he's literally having the time of his life, and you can tell he's having fun. He doesn't look stressed. He don't feel stressed. You know, he's trying to stay healthy. Because y'all know y'all be quick to call him frail, frail Phil. But I definitely think that it was a really good like triple threat match in a way. And then Seth being Seth and being focused on the wrong shit got eliminated. So then we had John Cena versus CM Punk, and the winner would be going to WrestleMania to face Cody Rhodes. And it was interesting. As I said again, it was like, what year are we watching? What's going on here? And it was a lot of story in the two of them, and it was actually a full circle moment. In a lot of ways, like they've always had history. So for that moment to be kind of like that snapshot, because we always talk about like those moments, for them to have that moment, especially during John Cena's retirement tour, I think it was really special and it was really dope. Um, but of course, Seth being Seth and said, if I'm not going to WrestleMania, your ass ain't going to WrestleMania. So John Cena had did the STFU submission to win the Elimination Chamber. So he will now be going to WrestleMania to face Cody Rhodes. But we were not done because Cody came out, his suited and booted self, because it was time to answer Dwayne The Rock Johnson's question of, do you want, give me your soul? Like, that shit was crazy, first of all. Like, just off rip. But
just on
just the
the
it
Rock
just was
actually
so beautifully done. Like I can't really. It was one of those moments where you're like, I know this is happening, but I still don't know if this is happening. Like, because WWE sometimes be on the bullshit, so you be like, I don't know if they're gonna turn him, and then you was like, you don't know if Cody gonna say yes. Like, you genuinely just was like, you don't know. But for John Cena to act a fucking fool while Cody Rhodes was cussing out Dwayne was outrageous. I was like, this nigga is jumping way too high. To then low blow
Ooh.
Cody Rhodes and give us the heel turn that we've all been waiting for in our adult lives. um, what are your honest thoughts, and where do you see heel Jonathan Cena in this retirement tour?
um once again, The Rock's the man. Um Once again, number two, The Rock's the man. Without The Rock, we don't have this mega buildup. But to talk about Cody, absolutely loving what Cody did in that night. But John Cena heel turn broke the internet.
Yo, it broke the internet. It broke the TV. It broke people's minds. I heard there were children crying. Wrestling is back, ladies and gentlemen.
Wrestling's about getting that raw emotion
That
out.
emotion.
And like I said, from the beginning of what we talked about, from the beginning of that show with Jade coming out, it set the tone for storylines, emotions. We saw it in Sammy versus Kevin. How they did a, like somebody in the chat mentioned, they did a throwback to when he got power bombed on the apron. They threw that back.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like it's what they did last night was about, yo, this is entertainment. We're gonna have fire matches, and we're gonna entertain you outside of these fire matches. Like, and then it's like, what makes it great is that what I love about wrestling, and like when you watch a great TV show, you can throw back to like, oh, at this point they were foreshadowing this. It could have been a whole fucking coincidence that this happened, but you can assume that they were foreshadowing it. Like,
True.
and then niggas is out here like digging up old footage of things and saying, yo, this is when they were foreshadowing the situation. But that's what it is like you're coming up with these theories, these think pieces. And I know wrestling fans hate when people like have these think pieces about things, but I enjoy it because that means that people are like genuinely digging and talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like last night overall pay-per-view gave us a moment in wrestling history. Something we're going to talk about, something we're going to be like, yo, this happened. I was there. I was watching when that happened. Like, we're old enough now to have seen multiple things happen where you're like, holy fucking shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's like, it never gets old.
Not all, but in all honesty though, not in this level. Like, I mean, people have been, trying to compare, the whole NWO, Hogan turning and then and John Cena turning. Like, for me, it's two different periods. It's two different things going on. Like, I try not to compare that, but in saying that, when that happened, we were kids. Like, some people weren't even watching WCW until like the
Thanks.
NWO was a real, like, was a crew of like 20 niggas. So this is, we're genuinely in real time experiencing such a genuine and unexpected but
I agree.
appreciative shift in wrestling on WWE's part. We're seeing the actual arc of John Cena. Cause like, boy, I tell you. Cause then I started thinking, I said, damn, Bray was right about Hollywood fucking Cena. I said, damn, we should have saw that about 5 years ago and we didn't. Even when Cena said, I'm best for business at the Royal Rumble press conference, I said, oh
But
shit,
but
here
but
we
you see what I
go.
mean? We're digging up these
Here we
numerous
go.
little clues. We're saying like, oh, this is this was foreshadowing what happened. They even had the moment when Cody was getting beat up and Cena was on the truck and they were showing that picture like, oh, and it was like, oh,
That's
this is the moment,
crazy.
huh?
That's
Yo,
crazy.
nah. With the whole Cena on the truck thing, I swear. And this is why that,
That could be something. You never know.
yeah, but last year it was just like everybody's gonna interfere for Cody behalf at WrestleMania. I get this whole digging in and everything. The reason why I don't do it, cause I just feel like it's just,
It takes the fun out for you. It takes the
yeah,
experience. It takes the
because
real time experience away from you.
yeah, because and I also feel like reason why I don't like it all started with when it comes to me in anime where like people have whole discussions about why this is canon to Dragon Ball Z story, this is it, this that and there, and I be looking at people like you do know that someone could just come and say I don't want to do this anymore and just erase all this shit. So this is why that I like it. Okay, I like talking to people who don't put that much emotions behind it. They talking just something out of fun. They don't take it personally. I like talking to people like that. Shout out to my boy Eugene. You feel me?
Such
My
a
nigga,
rude ass name.
my bro, Tone. You know, understand? People like that, Mike and shit like that. I like talking to people like that because it's not personal and they don't get upset. Oh my God, how did I do what I told him to do? Those people like that, I can't fuck with it because they take away the fun out of that shit. I
But
am good.
also to them though that that's essentially what you want though. You want someone to be emotionally invested to the point where they're like, ah, like when you look back, remember the girl that had the angry face about the Miz?
That's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine because like I get mad like that. That's fine. You get a reaction out of me. But the fact that how that you made up a whole scenario in your head and you get mad that it doesn't happen. And you guys don't bullshit me. There's people in the Facebook group who is just like that will crash out every week. As I said, they don't like happens. I don't like those people like that. Stay the fuck away from me. That's some crash out over fantasy. Get
Yo,
the
but
fuck
Crash
away from
Out
me.
is so funny. Did y'all see David LaGreca's Crash Out on Busted Open Radio?
I love
Like, I'm
I
here
love
for the crash outs because that
I
that
love
makes
it.
it even funnier for me. Like, I'm like, oh, like this is where we've come to. But I like for me, it's always gonna be listen. Whether your emotion is at a low or high, I'll take it because this is what brings all of us together to have these conversations. Essentially, like,
No, 100%, 100%. I just prefer not to talk to people that who takes it too personally.
yeah, you
Like,
you you don't want to tell somebody that feel like they should have been in the writers' room, but they wasn't in the writers' room, and they had no, I
no,
I get that
no,
part.
no. Like, you suck the fun out of it. And I'm looking like, yo, bro, calm down. Conversation's over. And there be people on the internet. I'll be in our Facebook group sometimes. I'll be looking, and it be like, there's certain people I have the realization like, oh, y'all don't have friends in real life. So you do this just to like basically get people reaction out of it because it makes your night. Okay.
So I also, so to your point, sometimes this is like I'm pulling the curtain low key for certain individuals that you might be talking about. Low, and I ended up finding out. So certain people between us girls, certain people get a financial on the post if people are talking on a particular post. So sometimes there's a method to the madness, and that's
Yeah,
all I'll say.
yeah. No, I understand certain people get it first, and I think that's the downfall of shit in life. It's just like ever since people got paid for their tweets, people got paid on social
Listen,
media.
a hustle's a hustle, but
Listen, people go hard for that. People will fight you for that $100. They'll fight you
yo,
for
but
that
the
shit.
crazy part is, and this is another behind the curtain, niggas don't even be feeling that way, and we'll just post it and then to create chaos, and I'm just like,
Well, I don't. The
do
thing is,
you?
I don't mind it. I think I'm the only one that doesn't see like the big issue with it, and I understand everybody's point of view on it. Like, what's the point of you crashing? But it's like, yo, it's a
I'm here for the
conversation
crash
starter.
out.
This is like if I'm a company, as long as you're not hurting anybody, like you want to see people talk about it. You want to see this interaction. You want to see like this thing start going. Like I was like, all right, nigga, get your shit off.
But
True, but it's just like
to AJ's point though, there's I feel like once again it just is a line, and some people just cross it. and that's really what takes the fun out of it. Um,
That's the thing. You take it so
that's really
personally.
what it is.
And it's just like people will spit out bad information. I'm looking like my thing is this way. A lot of y'all swear y'all just some like I'm looking at a lot of y'all just talk shit. And I'm looking like Google's right there, right? You could talk into the phone and says, hey, how many times this person had this much championship? Hey, can you look at why this person got fired? And it just will be, they'll be wrong and loud and we'll have no reason. And they was just like, all right, you just arguing just to argue right now. You feel me? Because you're not even trying to have a
Just what it
conversation right
is.
now. You just want to just bring negativity. And you have people who come in there who genuinely want to have a conversation though, but it's just like,
But then
yo,
afraid and don't want to because
right,
people
right.
people be
Or
violating for no reason.
or it's just like certain times when like people will ask a question, I go like, yo, Google works, right? You know that Google works. It's like, why can't you just get off, go to the browser and type in, hey, why did this happen? And I just feel like it's cool. The reaction is very cool though, but it's just like, yo, your attitude. And in person, oh, I'm sorry, Black. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that, Black. Nah, my nigga, keep the same energy. Nah, Black. Why you going so hard? I was joking. Tears come out the dude's fucking eye. I'm looking like, bro, I ain't gonna hit you, but like, stand on business. I'm a what? I'm a what? Nah, chill, Black. Yo, chill, Black. Why you have all these people around me, Black? Nah, I'm chill. I'm trying to have a conversation with you though. No, I'm sorry, Black. I'm sorry. Nah, bro. Talk that shit now. I'm a what? No, I'm sorry, Black. Nah, my nigga. Fuck you, son. Fuck you, son, because I got punched in real life. A lot of y'all didn't. And it's the reason why you talk all this spiciness. That's it.
Well, all right. Well, before we do wrap up, once again, we are in the Jonathan Cena heel arc. We are on a fish. We are officially, if we weren't last night, we are on the road to WrestleMania. Where once again,
Facts.
Cody Rhodes will be facing John Cena for the undisputed world title. I actually have one. I have maybe one or two last questions. Do you guys think? Because this is something I woke up thinking about this. Will CM Punk cash in his favor?
Yes.
Okay. Like all the Jonathan Cena stuff last night, I took it, and then I woke up this morning. I said, "Oh, but Phil still has his favor,"
Yeah,
and
he's either gonna be
Roman
at
still
WrestleMania
Roman
or
posted like, "I gotta talk business. I got receipts." So like, shit about to get spicy. Go SmackDown and
Facts.
Raw. Like shit. Like niggas don't know
Facts.
what's going on. But this is the beauty of wrestling, um is when the unknown, the unexpected, expect the unexpected, and they really taken that and turned it up 10 times. um but are any other comments about Elimination Chamber?
The
um
Rock's the man.
okay. That's your final word. Heard.
Last comment is um oh, you think who would have been the hotter crowd? An American crowd? Okay, what city would have the same reaction or better when Cena turned heel yesterday? What city would have the bigger reaction or
Here,
just as good? Yeah.
New York.
Boston.
Nah, they would have welcomed that shit. They would have cheered.
New
They
Yeah,
would have
this
York?
welcomed
would have been
that.
a mega pop. This would have been a mega pop.
They would have welcomed that, and that, no,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. But
So
selfishly, New York.
I think New York would have celebrated. Say, yay, because we ain't shit.
But I'm just saying, like, even from when we went for Money in the Bank, Toronto is definitely an amazing city,
Yes.
um, and has an amazing vibe. So, like, I definitely think, and it was full circle from this nigga from Money in the Bank last year announcing his retirement to then now cashing in his ticket to WrestleMania in the same city that he had officially announced his retirement. So,
Wait,
I
do you have one? Do you have a rock wrestling weightlifting belt?
What I need weightlifting belt. I'm Haitian.
wow. And
Yo,
on
you see
that note,
weightlifting belt we used to use. Yo, listen, you will get one anyway. Stop playing.
If The Rock sells one, I'll get one.
that's
And you
Like,
fair.
gotta advertise it too. Like you still get these gay guys in your inbox?
I don't think that's appropriate to talk about right now, so we're just going to wrap up the show. Yeah. So, um Thank you guys for joining us on this late Saturday evening. We hope everyone definitely enjoyed Elimination Chamber. We are super excited. Oh, thank you, Javi. Super sweet. Um, Definitely thank you to everyone that came out last night to Legends. It was definitely a good and amazing vibe for all three
Facts.
of us to be there.
Facts.
Because that's a rare in itself. So shout out to
Now,
everyone that did come out. Once again, the boys will be at Legends. You're doing AEW, correct?
I'll figure it out. Yeah.
Okay. Stay tuned for AEW Revolution details this week. Because that is next Sunday. So lock in for a 12-hour show next Sunday.
don't forget Hog.
Yes, HOG with Mercedes Monet. Saturday, March the 15th. Tickets are on sale now. So make sure to support the guys and the team and the fam from HOG. We got career versus title, the main event versus CBK.
And of course, got LPW.
Oh, shout out to LPW. Shout out to Oni King. That's our guy. Oh, he's going against a former champion. Hi,
Jody
you like that,
Aura. That's
Wilkins?
my dude. I
You like
love
that,
Jody
Wilkins? I knew
Aura.
that. Oh shit! Oh, I almost said his real name. I was like, oh shit, he wrestling.
And of course, we got Battle Club Pro,
So yes, our next
March
Battle Club Pro
23rd.
show will be Sunday, March the 23rd, I believe. So make sure to get your tickets. It was a great turnout at the brewery out in Queens. It was the first time Battle Club was there, so it was really good that everybody had came out and support the show. Trying to think of anything else before we do go. Oh, last but not least, if you are in the DMV area, BlurCon is this weekend.
It
And
is?
make sure if you
Oh,
are going to BlurCon, which is an amazing time, if you are a black nerd, highly recommend. But our friends Black Wrestling is doing their panel. I believe it is Saturday night. So make sure if you are going to BlurCon to make sure to go pop up and show love to the whole crew at Black Wrestling podcast. That's definitely been family from day one. So I'm sad I won't be able to go, but we are all there supporting you guys and making sure that anyone that is going knows that you guys are there. So make sure if you are going to BlurCon, if you're in the DMV area, make sure to go support the home team or out there. Um Other than that,
that's it.
what an elimination chamber. What a road to WrestleMania we are on. So let's just stay tuned. Next Monday, Raw is here in New York, and then next Tuesday, NXT is at the theater at Madison Square Garden. So it's a really interesting, exciting time for us here in the city. That I didn't have to fly to Orlando to go see NXT, so I'm kind of glad that they decided to come on up finally. But NXT's been cooking up. Impact has been cooking. They had announced for the NXT show here at the theater at Madison Square Garden. You got Obafemi going against Moose
Moose.
for the NXT title, and then you have the Hardy Boys going against Axiom and Nathan Frazier for the TNA tag team titles. So it's gonna be
That's it.
it's a very interesting partnership they got going on. Super exciting, super good times. But yeah, so we'll be back next week and probably not on a Sunday because it's a little
Hmm.
late. But we will. Well, I'm probably not gonna watch Revolution. Just gonna be honest. That's because I'm going away. But we'll talk about Revolution. I'll watch clips and stuff. We'll talk about Raw and SmackDown because this is definitely a must see week. But as always, I'm Janelle from HR here with Sir Wilkins and Mr. Black. Thank you guys in the chat for chatting. You guys were
Facts.
lit tonight. We appreciate you on the late night tip. Nigga said, why is Rock dressed like Beyonce last night? I did like the vest though. I ain't gonna hold you.
Hmm.
I did like it. But thank you guys for joining us. Hashtag Black Excellence. Hashtag we are out.
Peace.
Oh, let's go,